hello and welcome to this episode of the Corporate Escapists TV show. I'm your host, Christine Innes, and I'm super delighted to have the beautiful Dr. AnneMarie with me. And I just adore you. So thank you so much for joining me and for being here today. You've got an incredible story, and I want to say congratulations because you are in the September issue of the Corporate Escapists magazine. So congratulations.
Thank you so much. And thank you so much for having me on your show. I'm absolutely delighted to be here, and I'm full of quirks and lurks and everything. And I'm really happy to hear you say you adore me, warts and all.
Well, I think that's one of the good things, like as human beings, we are sometimes complex creatures. And, this is the thing that I love. And as I've gotten to know you, over the last couple of months and hearing more about your story, and this is one of the things that I really do adore, is that it's come from a passion of, from your mum teaching you all about nature and then how to use that. And then you've created this beautiful skincare line that is all organic, all natural. And I've had the pleasure of using it, so it is amazing. But this is what I really do love, is that it's come from the heart. And, you've got the scientific background, but then you've blended it with love. That's what I see it as. You've blended it with love because you want to use nature and all of the beautiful ingredients.
That is absolutely true, because it is my passion. And ever since I was a young girl, that passion was instigated or, instilled into me by watching my mother use the Ayurvedic treatments that she did on us as a family and, seeing the results. And that fueled my passion that as I grew older, I wanted to learn more about active ingredients, especially organic active ingredients, and how they influence the machinations of our body. And hence the skincare.
Yeah, which I think is just beautiful because, we all have, either seen certain things as we've grown up, and some things stick and some things don't. But, that love, I've seen your mum using everything, all of nature's to its best advantage to be able to then you actually instill into a skincare line, as I said, I think is incredible as well. So I want to say congratulations, because it is, a big leap of faith that you've taken as well to create your own skincare line.
Yes, it has. Actually, like yourself, I had a very demanding role in the aesthetics industry for a number of years. And therefore, my passion was actually put on a back burner. And when I found that, you might say time was running out, I decided to create the skincare and put an end to a very demanding role and try to do something for myself before I started pushing up daisies. And hence the organic skincare range.
Yeah. And I want to sort of talk about the journey of creating the skincare range, because, there's a lot of us out there that have, switched careers or, taken the leap and started our own business. But you've also created a beautiful product. So it mustn't have been easy. But has it been something that you had worked on for quite a period of time, just maybe for yourself before you decided to jump in and actually create your own line of skincare?
Yes, I did actually. I don't know whether you would know about this, but in my time as a young child, there weren't much in the way of cosmetics. However, my mother always taught us to always use the Pond's Vanishing Cream. And it instilled into me at that stage that I had to look after my skin, And I got involved in science and the industry after that. But over the years, my passion grew, and I was always researching active ingredients and how they affect the skin. And so I was constantly... I veered towards essential oils, because with essential oils, you need to know the chemistry behind them. You also need to understand that some of the molecular size of the essential oils are so small that they can enter our blood system because their molecular size is 10 to minus 9, which is the same as our pore size. And if you use essential oils in a combination where they're synergistically working with each other, they can cause a physiological effect on the human body, because the essential oil has been found to be in your blood system 72 hours after application. So therefore, I started mixing blends of essential oils for hair, for for the skin, for psoriasis, for other family members. And I continued to do this. I continued to research, and I kept all my research bits and pieces together until I finally came across, a skincare range that I thought, yes, I can work with this, and I can utilize my passion and create something for society and also for myself, so that I can realize, a dream that I had for myself. And that's how the skincare line came into effect.
I love that so much. And, I think a lot of the times is that we don't realize that, these little things that we do along the way actually is leading up to something massive, which, obviously for you, creating your own skincare line as well. But, doing that and obviously having that passion within you just obviously fueled it to a whole new level.
Yeah, I did. And I suppose we all have dreams. And that was my dream. One of my dreams, I've got a few. So one of my dreams was to create this skincare so that, I could benefit from it. And so could other women, in my shoes. It's something that was not expensive, but something that worked and something that could show results, so that after seeing, their skin, the women could actually continue to utilize the skincare without having to resort to expensive high-end treatments or resort to surgery. And I mean, let's face it, not many of us are blessed to have an endless supply of funds, to go ahead and have those sorts of treatments. So I wanted something that worked, something that people could see, and I wanted us to look good in the process.
Absolutely. I totally agree. I look in my cupboard sometimes and going, oh my God, I've spent so much money on certain things. But,
yes.
You have to find something that you absolutely love and, you want to be able to use as well. I want to ask you about your business journey as well, because, we all have these learning curves that we have to, come across when we start a business. What has been the biggest learning curve for you with going into business?
You mean my personal business with the skincare?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, there were many. The you might say the obstacles that I had to overcome in order to create this was one of logistics, mainly the sourcing of active ingredients, the manufacture of the active ingredients, the supply, the packaging. And the clinical trials, I had to overcome all of this in stages. But one of the biggest ones was, of course, the engaging solicitors to actually ensure that I had all my paperwork in place so that I could go ahead and create the skincare, knowing that not only was I covered legally in the process, but then I was also able to create a skincare for everybody to use. So those were actually my biggest obstacles, and a lot of learning I undertook to overcome them. And obviously trying to source finances, that was difficult. But anyhow, I managed to do all of that. So
you did, and it's here. And it really is amazing. And I think you really do need to, congratulate yourself for creating this, because, anybody who takes that leap of faith on themselves and creates a business, it is difficult, because we all have our own little thoughts that go on in our head, thinking, oh, can we do this? Can we not do it? But you've actually done it. So you really do need to congratulate yourself, because it is a massive achievement. So I just want to say that to you as my little word of encouragement to you, because it is a big achievement. So
thank you so much.
yeah, you're very welcome. One of the things that I have obviously, as we've spoken, we've met a couple of times as well, is that you're a very compassionate sort of person as well, and really like to give. And I know that there's a big picture of not only with creating the skincare to help women, you know, feel good, look good, but you have an end goal, which I absolutely love, is that one of the other byproducts of you creating that is to be able to help, obviously, you know, children, especially over in India, and also the beautiful fur babies that everybody, you know, should have, and to look after. So do you want to share a little bit about that as well?
Sure. I wanted to give back to humanity a measure of a legacy, a small legacy it may be, but it's my contribution to humanity. And I've been to India. That is actually my ancestry, 4 generations removed, of course. But I've been to India maybe 11 times, I suppose, over the years. And look, they're the most fabulous people on earth. But in pockets of the country, they are so poor that the little children don't live beyond the age of 5. And I saw that on the streets, you know, and I used to literally cry because there was nothing I could do. And I decided there and then that I would, through the funds created from my skincare, I would actually create nutritional supplements so that I could distribute it to children under the age of 5, so that they could live beyond the age of 5 and grow up and be the human beings that they're meant to be. So that really is my goal. And of course, I absolutely adore animals. I adore animals and children. And I would like to create shelters for homeless and abandoned animals here in Australia. Create more shelters. There are some over there, but there's not enough. So I hope by the time, you know, as I said before, that, you know, if I was pushing up daisies, I'd like to actually achieve this before I go.
Yeah, and I think you're well on the way too. Like, I really do, you know, as I said, it's one of the things that I do really admire about you is that, you know, you've used your passion, you've created a beautiful product, you've put it out there, but also too, you still want to give back. And, you know, it's an incredible person that you are to be able to do that. So, you know, again, thank you for, you know, for obviously giving back to humanity and, you know, sharing your beautiful gifts with the world as well. So the other thing I wanted to ask you is that obviously, you know, using and creating this, you know, beautiful skincare, what are the what has been the biggest sort of, I guess, the takeaways that you've gotten yourself? So not as a business owner, but as a woman, you know, using beautiful skincare as well. Because like, for example, for myself, I know that when I feel good and I, you know, my skin's really clear and all of that, I feel more confident within myself. And I can put myself out there a lot more. Have you felt the same as well?
I have been associated with the aesthetic industry for about 27 years. And about 20 of those years, I had a prominent role in the aesthetic industry. So I was always out there. And therefore, my desire to look good was an incentive to look even better and to be more educated if I spoke to women that were involved, not only just in beauty salons, but home salons and other mums that weren't able to get out into the salon. And this led me to actually venture out into the world, and I became a speaker on an international speaking circuit, and I spoke to thousands of people all over the world and engaged in training them on how to take care of their skin. So I found that if I had to stand up and speak about the skin, then I had to better well look damn good, you know.
Yeah.
I had to do that. And therefore, I started to learn and focus more on the different skin types. I understood what those different skin types were. I looked at skin conditions, you know, some of the myths surrounding skin conditions and skin types, and developed a training manual that would teach people how to recognize the skin and what to look for in terms of skincare ingredients when they were purchasing a product. And so this training manual has allowed me to teach more and more women to become more comfortable in their skin, to have more self-esteem, because I have seen a lot of ladies that wouldn't know what to put on their skin. They don't understand the value of understanding skincare ingredients. And most of all, they were so afraid and shy of going out there in the public, to face the world. And I feel I've already inspired a lot of women, thousands of women all over the world, with understanding their skin. And I've taken that away as well, and I'm always looking out and seeing what else can I do? What else can I do to assist women everywhere?
Yeah, and I think that's so true, because it is overwhelming when you go and you look at skincare, because you need to know what is going to best suit you. And I've noticed that as I've hit over 40, that my skin has changed even a lot more. And I'm like, oh my God, the hormones are starting to change even too. So things are reacting a little bit differently. So it is very important, and I think that's what also you do offer as well as part of your skincare, is that you really do educate, which is really essential. So it's not just about the product, it's really giving them the education that they need to know why they're using the skincare, how they can use it correctly, and how to really maximize it as well.
Yes, indeed. And, I do have something that I can teach women that can go into, if they choose not to go into a salon to have those good products that salons have, then they can go out and buy whatever they wish to, so long as they understand what they need to have for their skin type and or skin condition.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's
no,
very important.
It is very important, because understanding it, because like for me, it sometimes is quite overwhelming, and you think, oh, what do I need for it? But sometimes, what we want, but what we need are two completely different things as well. So it is confusing. Okay. As we sort of wrap up, one of the things I want to sort of put out there is that obviously you've got this beautiful skincare range. Where can people, obviously they can order it online, and we're going to put the links of where people can order it, but you're also looking for salons to have your skincare in their stores, and that's salons within centers, but that's also at home salons as well. What do you offer? Do you offer training for them as well?
Yes, indeed, I do. Any salon, any home salon, any franchises that are out there, I certainly would offer detailed training, not only on the skincare range, but also on how to analyze the skin, so that when women are coming into the salon or into a home salon or into a gym that has a beauty salon, they are told, okay, let's first analyze your skin. Let's have a look at the active ingredients that are most suitable for your skin, and then we will give you the products that you can use, and let's see some results, because results are what counts. So you will see definite results with my skincare within a 3-month time frame. And in actual fact, one of my masks was voted the best in the industry a year and a bit ago. And that mask is so fabulous, because not only does it remove dead skin cells, but it leaves your skin feeling fresh and glowing. And that's what you want. You want women to see that. You want women to use that. So yes, I definitely, conduct training, definitely teach them how to analyze the skin. And I'm there 24/7. It doesn't matter. Whenever they wish to call me or leave me a message, I will get back to them and assist them.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Oh, I love it so much. And I just want to say a huge congratulations again. And thank you so much, because it is a beautiful product that you have. And you've really shared a lot about your story in the current issue of the Corporate Escapist magazine. So I'm going to put the links of how everybody can get in touch with you. If you are looking to have a skincare in your business, please reach out to AnneMarie, because honestly, her skincare is really lovely, and I've been very blessed to be able to use it for the last couple of months as well. So thank you so much for that beautiful gift.
Welcome. And I just wanted to add that it's not just here in Australia. My skincare is being used by people throughout the world at this present time, in UK, Netherlands, USA, India, Singapore, Asian countries, New Zealand. So there are people all over the world using it. So I would like that to actually obviously spread throughout the world. And this is how I aim to actually realize my dream, so that I can do what I want to do before, the end is nigh.
But it's as I said, like, it is your passion, and this is what you've created. And also, in addition to that, your passion is then also to give back to humanity. So it's a beautiful synergy, and that is one of the reasons why I really do adore you, and really do appreciate what you've gone ahead and done, because you're helping women all around the world, but also too, you're giving back to humanity. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And thank you once again for having me on your show. It's been a real pleasure.
My absolute pleasure. I want to thank everyone for joining us today on this episode of the Corporate Escapists TV show. I'm your host, Christine Innes. I'm going to put all the links below how you can reach out to Dr. AnneMarie and get a hold of her amazing skincare. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to follow your passion and live life to the fullest every single day.